Okay, so here we are in the learning about widgets section and training video in our web design training. So in our last video, we got our header set up and put in our site title, made a menu, and we put in our sorry, one moment. Title, or I'm drawing a blank. Give me 2 seconds. Title bar, yeah. I wanted to say title bar, but I was hesitant for some reason. So anyway, title bar, and then we designed our page a little bit underneath at our home page. So all this above the home page kind of came with the layout, with the Avada options, and then we designed a page, which is down here beneath it. Now what I did is I made this banner right here because the other one I didn't really like it that much, and I figured I'd use it for this demonstration to put down here, because we're gonna set up our footer down here and organize this and change the background and everything. And I figured I'd use a banner for that, and I like this banner a lot more. I think I'm even going to use this for my site, or my actual ones. Okay, so one of the things before we go on to widgets, in the last video I forgot to show you guys how to change the background here so it's not white, in case you wanted a different background. So let's go ahead and go into global options. Get signed in if you're not, and go to your Avada options, and then what we're going to do is go to background right here in your Avada options. Super easy. You can change the color, or you can upload an image. We're going to upload an image for this video. I believe, let's go to sky blue. Oh, this is a different one. Okay, let's see how this looks. I'm not sure which one this is, if I got the right one even. But let's put it in there, see how it pops up right there. Let's go ahead and click save changes. Let's reload our page. Background image for page. Well, that's interesting. Oh, there it is. We put it in the wrong place. It didn't show up because there's no, this is your main page. There's no background here. We didn't put this in a box. If this was in a box, that background would have showed up out here. So if you were to go up here to your layout and click box, that's where it'd show up. But let's go to main content background. No, my apologies. Background image for main content area. Select it. Let's try that again. Okay. This isn't the one I wanted though, so we're going to change it, but notice how it did show up there. Let me see if I can find the one that I actually did want. It's in my other photos that I didn't use for this training. Background. Yeah, it's this one that I want. I'm going to go ahead and delete this to save space. And upload and select this one. And we're going to save changes. And then reload that again and see how that looks. Okay. That I want to say looks much better. See, if you scroll up and then scroll down, see how that just looks so much cleaner? That background, that made all the difference, I think. Okay, so we'll leave that the way it is, and that looks really good. And let's go back in here. Ooh, 100% background image. You want to put that on. And for repeat, just put repeat all. Click Save Changes. And what that's going to do is if there were more content, this image just covered this whole thing. But if you were to keep scrolling down, it would go white again. And you'd get more of your page because you'd run out of picture right here. So it'd be white. If we were to add text here and a couple more images, it would just push this down and it'd eventually be white. But if you come in here and put background image 100%, repeat all, that's not going to happen. So let's reload that and make sure it didn't do anything funny. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's what I've done is see what's happening is it's not scrolling along with this. It's just kind of back there while your front content is moving up and down. I forgot that it was going to do that, but that's good for training purposes. That's kind of cool. I don't particularly like that. So let's put on no repeat and see what that does. Save the changes. Let's reload this again. And it's kind of cool that it just stays back there and this content doesn't roll. It's not attached to it. You notice it's just kind of over it. So let's see what this does. Okay, so that's the repeat. Let's fix that. Let's turn the 100% background image. Let's turn that off. And I'm going to put the repeat back on. I think I'd got that backwards. Yeah, I want to say so. Because that's 100% background image. It's just going to keep. So let's play with this and see what we like. Go ahead and do that on your end and try both of those settings out. And see what you prefer. Oh, there it is. See, I want to say I like this a little bit better. See how it's just attached itself to our images and it's just scrolling along with them. I think I like that. And since we put this repeat all on, what that's going to do is it's just going to cover your whole page with this background image with these clouds. It'll just repeat it as you keep going along here. Okay, so that's how to do your background image, and I think we're doing pretty good here. Everything looks clean up here. Title bar page, your title bar. Yeah, title bar looks good. And our main page content's looking pretty good too. Live coaching, mentoring, web design. Got a video here. It's not a video yet because we haven't done our screen record and made this a video because we're not done building the site. But it looks like we have one and it looks good. Alright, and then we have our button here, sign up for our online training. Alright, which we're going to add a link in there you can click to when we do our membership training. Show you how to block content and stuff. So if you want to do any sort of training or block people out of your pages or make a membership site or whatever you want to do, that's what we're going to show you how to do in our next couple of trainings. Okay, so now that's taken care of and we have our background. I think everything looks good here. Let's go down here and change up our footer because this looks ugly. It's black and we want to change all that. So let's go here to footer. Sorry, let's go back up. There it is. Footer widgets on, number of footer columns 4. That means there can be 1, 2, 3, 4 widget settings right there. You can change it to 5 if you'd like, or 3 or whatever you want to do. Center footer widgets contents. I don't think we need to do that. Parallel background image, sticky footer. Alright, copyright bar, let's turn it off. So we can save them. Let's go in here and let's put the same background image right here. Put footer background image. And let's go up here and click this same one that we have for our header. Click select. Go and click Save Changes. See how that looks. Okay. Alright, so we have this one up here. Let's go down here. Looks pretty good. What I want to say though is that let's change the font here because you can barely see this white since it's just got a lot lighter. And there's too many. I'm going to get rid of some of these because this footer is huge. It's a big, huge footer. It should be about half that size, if that. So let's go in here. Click footer styling. And just take a look and make sure we didn't miss anything. Width looks 100% to me already, so may as well leave it. We don't need background because we uploaded an image. Border size, we don't need a border. I think everything looks fine here. Oh yeah, we're going to change the typography. Let's go in here. Make that blue. See if we can see that. Footer headings, typography. Oh, footer font colors. Make that a little bit blue, but less blue. Enough that we can see it still. Link cover, font size, let's do 16. I don't know, that font, maybe I shouldn't have changed that font size. Let's see what it does. Yeah, that looks pretty good. These are still white though. I'm not sure why those didn't change to blue. I thought we went in here. Let's see. Okay, the font color blue. Footer font color. Just hit save again and see what happens here. Maybe it just didn't see it. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. I guess that's not too bad. In fact, I think I might know why. But it doesn't want to make this blue, but it did make this top part blue. So what I think that is. Oh, that's why. Footer link color. I got it backwards. Oops. Sorry about that. Like that, and then make this one lighter. Click change. See it change. Now let's take a look and see. Ah, made it even worse. Made it even harder to see. Okay. Tell you what. Header color. I bet green will show up pretty good. And I'll bet if we make this a little bit darker, ooh. Kind of odd. Oh, I see what that was. This guy over here. Okay. Let's see what that does. Whoops. I still think I'm messing this up a bit. Okay, that one. Let's see what we got here. These are all links. So let's see how you'll learn to tinker with this, and it'll get a whole lot easier. I'll bet you guys are getting a pretty good understanding already as we go along. Okay, that looks okay. Archives, categories. That looks fine. But we're going to actually remove all this anyway, but it's good for the demonstration purposes. So let's go back in here. And I want to make this a little bigger, actually. I can't barely see it. I guess the text is okay. Looks alright. Let's get this to 16 at least. Take it up 2 more pixels. See if that looks better. Yeah, I think so. That looks a little bit better. It's bigger. Okay, so what we want to do next then, that looks pretty good. We have a decent footer. That background looks alright. We adjusted these a bit. Privacy policy. Yeah. Oh boy. I guess we may as well do that while we're in here. Where's your privacy policy? Background color, no. There it is. Make it blue. Blue. See what that does. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just, since we're already here, it's privacy policy. Well, since I don't see any difference, let's just go ahead and leave that. That's not too bad. That's not bothering me too much. Okay, but everything else looks good. So what we want to do now is go to your left here in your admin, and you want to hover over appearance. Wow. Oh, there we go. And you want to click widgets. And what we're going to do here is, the way this works is, let's click this open. See how it says footer widget 1. Blog sidebar. This is for your blogs and your article posts, which we're going to do in another video, and that's going to show up on the right here on the side of your articles. But for this one, this is your footer widget 1. And as you can see, it has 3 different widgets here. So that's why this is so huge. So let's go like this and take, see, it's your archives, categories, and meta. So that's your archives, categories, meta. So let's go ahead and, I'm just going to flat out remove this meta. So you just delete it. Let's do that with the archives too. Sorry if I did that too fast. Just click on this arrow. Click delete. Okay. And that's gone. And you'll notice that if you reload this, it's going to get a lot shorter. See, that is much better. God, that was really bothering me. So you just have categories and one uncategorized. So this widget area got smaller, this footer. And that's much better. So now this whole site's starting to look pretty good from top to bottom. It's just kind of scrolling very smoothly now. So what we want to do next, is I'm going to show you how to do this, is these are all your widgets you have available to you. You can put an audio on here. I guess let's do that. Well, I don't know if I even have an audio available. Let me see here. I don't. I'll put one in the next video or after we end this video. But it's really easy to do. What you do is your footer widget 4 is where we're putting this audio, and we just dragged it over from here. Just dragged it right in there. And another way is we could just click on this arrow if we wanted and add it to any widget we want. Footer 1, 2, 3, 4, sliding bar, and you can also create widgets. I'm going to show you how to do in a minute. So we've added this audio. Let's go and click on this. Works like anything else. You just upload it from your computer. And I'll do that at the end of this video. I just don't want to take the time to plug in my hard drive and do all that. Okay, so what'll happen is you'll have your little video or your audio player show up right here. And you could do the same thing. You could come down here and put in a YouTube video. I believe, let's see if we have YouTube here. Yeah, you'd probably have to download the YouTube plugin, but there's another way to do it as well. You could go in here and drag this custom HTML. I guess I'll just show you really quick. Let's put this in footer widget 3. Okay, custom HTML. Add the widget. Let's go to YouTube. And let's click Live Your Dreams. And if you go to the right here on these 3 dots, you can go like this, click this. Okay, never mind. Just click on the video itself.
It is not the movement of the clock.
And scroll down here. Click share. And what it's going to do is it's going to pop this up. But what you want to do, go to embed. And copy this whole iframe code. And right click it. Highlight it and right click it and copy it. And this should work. If we just put this right in here. Now let's change the height though. See how it says width right here at the beginning equals 560. Right in between these quotation marks. Let's go ahead and put in 300 by 250. Alright, and then we're going to hit save. I'm going to, I guess, save this too. Yeah, that's all good. That one's already saved. Okay, so let's reload it and see what happens. Yeah, it showed up.
It is not the movement of the clock.
Okay.
That produces the newness of life.
So that's how to put a YouTube video on your site using a widget. And again, with that next one, that audio will show up right here in the next video. I'll put one on there. But what we want to do now is, let's go back in. And I don't like this category right here. Maybe I want to put the video right here in the category over here. So let's go ahead and do that. And that's real simple. What you want to do is open it up, close that out, and in put it with your footer widget 3. We're going to take this custom HTML and we're just going to drag it up right there under footer widget 1, and then we're going to take categories and drag it to footer widget 3. So we're just going to switch them places. These will be your article categories. When you write articles and make categories, and I will show you how to do that in another video. Alright, so we have our custom here. Now what we want to do is this footer widget 2 is going to be blank. So let's click on this. And let's go down here and go to image. Click on image. Footer widget 2. Click add widget. And then we're going to click on this add image. Go to our media library. And now, remember this banner we already made? We're going to highlight this, click add to widget. So now it's going to display at the bottom instead of where we had it before. Let's click save. Now let's reload and see how this looks now. Our page, and let's just see. Okay. It's looking a little better. Looks alright. Although I still, maybe this should go where this video is. Let's switch this around a little bit. Image. Maybe that one's okay where it's at, and this just needs to be here. Okay, let's see what that did. I think it just saves them automatically when you move them around. So let's find out. Yeah, yeah. That's not, doesn't look too bad. And this will look a little better when you change this to whatever your category is and add like 3 or 4 more. Then you'll have a full thing here and it'll kind of blend in better with these two. So, but that's cool, you know, so this will say your different categories, article categories, and this looks fine. We have your dreams, categories, video, and then there's going to be an audio right there. So, that's kind of cool. Go ahead, and that's pretty much it for widgets. They're really, really easy to use. And another example to give you, just play with these and kind of go through these. Oh, look, you can add your legal pages on them. That's cool. I didn't know that. That showed up when we put in our plugin for our legal pages, which was, yeah, there it is, WP Auto Terms. So that what that did is when you put in plugins and programs here, some of their stuff starts showing up in widgets, so you can display them, which is pretty cool. All right, so you can put a text, video. Oh, look, display. We didn't even need to go through all that code. Could just done video. Displays a video from a media library or from YouTube, Vimeo, or another provider. So that's cool. Forms, you could put in a form here. Remember how we had WordPress forms? This plugin right here, that's its widget. And you can just put this widget anywhere on any of these. Now another thing that we can do is add a new widget area. Let's just add this and then we'll call it random widget. And we'll click OK. Alright. So now you just have a random widget. Oop. There it is. And you can just put a random widget here. And the purpose for this, wow, we seem to be frozen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're just getting a little lag because of all the programs right now. In fact, let's make sure Photoshop's closed. Oh yeah, that's probably why, because I had Photoshop open. So we're going to close that, and that should help with our lag. Okay, sorry about that. So we have a random widget now, and we could put anything in this widget now that we want to put in it. Let's just put a calendar, just for the heck of it, let's add it to random widget. All right, and now we have a calendar in this random widget of ours. So let me give you our last example before we end this video of how to use a widget. Let's go to Pages. And widgets aren't just for your footer. You can display them on your footer, but you can also display them on your pages. Okay, oops, all pages, home page. Oh, it's still loading. It's like, where'd our page go? It's right here. It's loading our builder page. Okay, so if we were to go in here, let's just add a new container down here at the bottom. And let's just, I guess, do a 2 by 2. And then let's add an element. And let's go down here to widget area, or widget, I should say. Click on it, and it's going to say select a widget. And there it is. I guess we didn't need to do random because we could have selected calendar directly. But you could put anything in that and scroll down here, and I'm thinking random, that random widget might show up. Oh, okay. It's not, but let me show you something really quick. Let's just click calendar. And that calendar is going to show up, and for your, I guess for your title, no, let's just leave it blank. Let's click on design. Could create a background color. For example, let's just leave all this. Actually, content align, let's center it. I always like to center the content so it doesn't look funny. Let's click save. Update. And let's reload this page. And what's going to happen is this widget that we just put right underneath this video, there it is, it's going to show up. So now we got our calendar. And we displayed that by using a widget. It didn't center it though. It certainly did not. Remember how we clicked center? Let's go back in here. Oh, it's still saving. Maybe it did. Pretty laggy. Okay, but that's an example. Let me click at it here. Calendar. All right. Well, didn't really center it, but well, I guess it did because you got your. This is the beginning and end of it. Okay, so we got our calendar, and if we want to display another widget, that's how we do it. We can just go into element, and oh yeah, display the other one. You can go widget area. And remember how we made that new one? That's how we can display it. Put any widget anywhere. So we made our random widget, and if we want to put it anywhere, we just click it, and now this calendar is going to show up here too. So there's two ways to do that. You can just put your calendar directly in with your, let's click save, with your widgets, directly with your widgets that'll pull up actual widgets. Or you can do what we did and create random widget area, or any widget area, and come in here, and when you click element, just click widget area. So that's how you can display widgets, and how you can create a new widget area and display it on your page. So I guess we'll just save it just to show you for example. And then we'll delete these calendars because we don't really need them. Okay. Matter of fact, that looks a little silly. So just for one last example, I think you guys are getting the idea. Let's just change this. Image, gallery, video, search. Guess you could put a menu in there. Sure. Put a contact info, save it, update. Alright. Just to make sure that works, when this is done saving, we're going to reload this page. Okay. Looks good enough. Okay. Contact. Oh, because we didn't place our contact info. We haven't put it in. God, these really look terrible. I got to admit, they're not centered at all. It's probably because this isn't completed. Let me check here. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think you guys are getting the gist of this, and you can go in and play with this. By the way, set in your paddings and go in here to. Whoop, click on this one, and go in here and design, and do different stuff with this. Content align, you can change it. Okay, it's just play with this a little bit, but that's how you display widgets. And I'm just actually going to delete these because I was just doing that as an example, and they'll just disappear. But that's how you can display widgets anywhere on your website. Really quick before we end this video, I'm just going to go up here once it's done loading, obviously, and click on posts, and we're just going to go to posts. And in this video, I'm not going to show you how to do posts. We'll do that in a whole other video. But this is your posts and your articles. And if you click on this edit button right here, what it's going to do is, this is your most recent article. Okay, one of your articles. And if you were to come down here and go to sidebar, default, you could set your widgets here on the sidebar. And I'm going to show you how to do that a lot of the times with articles. And this can be really helpful. We'll do a whole video on this. Is when you have an article, you got your article content here. Right here, okay? And this will be your article. And it really is kind of nice on the right. A lot of people use widgets right here on articles. So when they're reading them, they can look up and see these articles and click throughs and stuff. And articles are a really good way to display widgets. Okay, but we'll show you that in another video. Let's see what's next. Yeah, actually is this one. And the next one, and articles, posts, and information. And in this next video, we're going to show you how to come in here and edit your articles and to write an article, post them, put links in them, and to put your widgets on the side here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Reload this. These ugly. This looks ugly, but feel free to put an image in there or a video or whatever you want to do. But that's how widgets work. You can just put them on your footer, anywhere in your site. You can create them, and they're very, very convenient, and they work very good with articles, which we're going to get to in the next video. Okay, so that's it. We're going to go ahead and end this video now. Go ahead and play with some of these widgets and display them on your site, and move on to the next video, and we'll see you in the next video.